One of the guys who was working on the loading dock with you, Mike Ditka, may become the next head coach of the Chicago Bears.
The Bears.
That team was like a comet across the sky.
McMahon again, wide open field in front of him. He wants a bundle. Pat McKinnon. That is McKinnon.
In history, the Bears and that team is one of the best of all time.
They were invincible, and they sort of knew it.
85 Bears became community servants.
I think they're the greatest team of all time because of the way they dominated.
Buddy Ryan, they had 46 defense.
This team makes it to the mountaintop.
The 85 team was not just a football team.
They became a piece of pop culture.
People will not stop talking about that team.
It was one of the first times that you saw people off the field.
I think I'm Bob, and I think you're Bill.
No team in history that had as much fun as those guys.
It was special because you didn't have to be from Chicago, have visited Chicago, or even know where Chicago was on a map.
When the ball was snapped, they were bigger than life.
The Bears. The Bears.
At the time, Chicago was really divided. Harold Washington, a black mayor, had just been elected. At least the city council was divided along racial lines. Now everything seemed full of gridlock and division and argument.
Our entire sports experience in Chicago they were terrible. I mean, it was one failure after another.
Back in 79 and 80 and 81, fans were booing and our coach got fired and everybody hated us.
Our own fans would dump beers on your head, throw beers at your head.
They were actually booing us.
They were brutal.
Because we were bad.
I couldn't look at myself in the mirror.
They were a team in kind of disarray.
There's so much talent on the team, but sometimes talent collides unless it's coached with discipline. Mike Ditka was the 12th man on that team.
See that? That's your IQ, buddy. 0.
How about turnovers?
No, I'd rather talk to him.
Mike Ditka at the head of it. Oh boy, we either got an insane asylum or somebody can corral all of this energy and these different kinds of personalities, and you might have something just unbelievable.
All of a sudden, by 82, Ditka's first year, we had a core of some pretty good players.
They took an unorthodox approach with a very hard-nosed, old-school coach.
Mike Ditka he was the most interesting man in the world before there was the most interesting man in the world.
The key to success for the Bears in 82 is whether new coach Mike Ditka can get along with Buddy Ryan.
Well, the Buddy Ryan-Mike Ditka conflict, if you will, was a real one and a huge one. I think there was a lot of animosity between Buddy and Mike because I think Buddy thought he was going to get the head job.
They was fighting every single day.
You know, it was like having two head coaches.
What we have here is organizational chaos.
I say this all the time. I have apologies to everybody I've offended. But hell, that's too many people.
The personalities on the Bears all contributed to a kind of theatrical production.
They were so original in their own way, and yet they blended together to have such great success.
And this team exercised all the demons, and it was the way they did it. They didn't do it with 400 yards passing and all this AFL crap. They kicked the daylights out of people.
Steve McMichaels, we're going to start it up. I got 100 on the first one, get to the quarterback. That's all you got? That's what you did. That's all you got? Hey, I got 200. I got 500. That's hand. What if I get 2,000, baby? 1,000.
We wanted to take the quarterback out. And I'm not supposed to say that, but that was our mission.
The barking, the headbutting. It was insane. They got to a point where they were invincible. They were just
about as good a defense that I ever played against and maybe ever played the game.
There were people coming from all over the world to watch us practice, from China, from Russia, from Japan.
Couldn't walk around town. It was like you were chumming the water and the sharks were frenzied.
Could have been a reality show, just following this team around. The arguments, the personalities that came out.
They worked hard, they played hard, and they just truly weren't afraid to be who they were.
They were crazy. I was crazy when I was a player out the field too. They were crazy, but that's okay.
That's a team that to pull one guy out, it's probably the most difficult thing to do.
We wanted to win in spite of each other sometimes. We wanted to win in spite of the coaches sometimes.
When you say that we couldn't have beat the 72 Dolphins, don't make me laugh.
It takes all of us to win. No man's an island. It takes a team.
In Chicago media, there was one story, and the Bears were going to the Super Bowl.
We practiced hard. We probably practiced harder than anybody in football probably in the last 20 years.
This is one of the perks of the job right here. Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest team in NFL history, the 1985 Chicago Bears.
And I loved every minute of it.